Hi Big Lap Bible, we are the Travelling Stamps. My name's Kirra.
My name's Tyson.
My name's Aaliyah. My name's Isla.
And this is baby number 3, which is about a week and a bit away.
We will be full-time travellers as soon as baby number 3 is out. All going well, a week or two after the birth.
We plan to leave,
Yeah.
Hopefully everything goes to plan and we can get on the road, because we've been living in our caravan now for 8 months and desperately waiting to get moving. So we originally planned to travel to Canada once I had finished my nursing degree, and work and travel over there for a year or so. Then COVID hit and that kind of changed everything. So then we were discussing...
we knew we still wanted to do some travel experience.
Yeah. And then, we've seen lots of families starting to get on the road and we thought, why not?
So Townsville, it's been our location for the last couple of years. So once we leave here, we head to Kirra in the Bight. Down from Kirra to Mount Isa, show the girls where I've been working for the last few years. Then from Mount Isa across to Alice for the Finke Desert Race, up to Darwin, then counterclockwise around Australia, more or less. We don't really have any time constraints or no big events aside from the Finke Desert Race that we want to see. It's just go with the flow, really.
Kind of like a direction that we know we're going, but no planned stops or anything like that. So we have a Y62 Nissan Patrol, which we purchased brand new last year. It's had all the work done to it: GVM upgrade, airbag, lift, suspension, and then we also a 22-foot JB Dirt Rotor Extreme. We plan to try and do as much free camping as possible, but obviously, that's not always available, so a bit of both, really.
Yeah. At the moment, we've been living in a caravan park, one of the big 4s in Townsville, but we do our weekend trips away to free camps. That's where we are now, at a free camp, and that's my favourite.
Love testing out the off-grid battery system and getting to know what works and what doesn't, and what we need, and all of that. We've definitely figured out that we need a generator, especially for the warmer months, and needing an aircon during the day for when baby will need to have a sleep.
Notch Point so far.
Notch Point. What do you like about Notch Point?
I feel like the cows made it funny.
Yeah.
Cool. What I liked most is doing the fishing on the beach.
The fishing from the beach?
Yeah.
I did love Notch Point, and camping right up on the beach, but we did do the Cape before we got the van, and that's still very high on my list. I loved the off-grid camping and all of that along the telly track. Yeah,
I think my number one camping would have to be the telly track camping. We just did it under the 270 awning with 2 swags. A couple of weeks there, and that tops it for me.
Yeah, so far. So yet to get to many places.
Not just camping.
Ever in our life.
In your life.
What's that place where we stayed in and barbecue?
Oh, Lucinda.
Yeah.
Lucinda, apparently.
Maybe. Well, Notch Point was my favourite part with the van, but I did love Cape York.
The Cape.
That was so good.
Yeah, I think so far, for me, is definitely. I like both. There's pros about both. Yeah, Notch Point and the Cape. Not yet. No.
Yeah, I definitely do the Cape again.
We've only really explored our own backyard so far, so.
Uluru and a bit of WA with the beaches.
WA beaches.
Definitely Uluru.
Uluru.
Where are you going?
Coast of WA, mainly for the fishing and diving. It's probably going to be highest on my list.
I'm pretty excited to get to WA. I grew up in the NT and Darwin and that, so I've seen most of that and done most of that, but WA and South Australia is high on my list.
Probably Tassie too. Looking forward to Tassie. I've never been that far south, so...
Yeah, we've never been there.
No.
Yep, we travel with a pet.
We do travel with the pet. So far, we haven't felt too restricted. She's pretty good. She's a bulldog, so lazy as anything. Doesn't do much.
Yeah.
She's happy to sleep in the van all day if she was allowed to, or she just sleeps under the van.
We do know there will be restrictions with national parks, and we just have to get workarounds, pet sitters, kennels.
Yeah, we plan to try and get a kennel or a pet sitter if we desperately want to go to those places.
Scary. Scary is once we were driving through this place and it was like 7:30. That was up to
Notch Point.
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
We were told that the entrance was pretty easy, so we decided to do it at dark. We rocked up to that front gate at 7:30 at night, and it took us about 4 hours to go 4 kilometres. And that was our first ever off-grid, off-road experience in our van and car.
So we're a bit like hesitant about hitting things with our nice new van and car, and then it only took us about 45 minutes to get back out.
The dog.
The dog.
The kids reckon the dog, iPad.
Mine's the tinny. I wouldn't do the lap without a boat.
And I could not have lived in the van for the last 8 months without the aircon. So we have been this has been in the works for a couple of years now. So we've been saving as much as we can. So we've got some savings there. We also sold our house, which is not, we don't plan to touch the profits that we made on our house, because we want something to come back with to eventually buy again when we do decide to settle down again. But I also now I'm getting maternity leave, so
basically that's on top. That's a bonus that we've always
that's a bonus that we've kind of not planned to have, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, plus I'm open to working on the road. I'm a diesel fitter by trade, so if I pick up some farm work or contracting or whatever.
And I'm a nurse, so can easily pick up some contracts here and there if we need to.
Probably won't be for the first 12 months.
No, yeah, if we decide to go for longer. I think our biggest expense will be definitely food and fuel. And depending on accommodation, I suppose, as well, how much free camping we do in a week, how quickly we move, and the budget that we've budgeted for is about $1,500 a week. We're hoping not to spend that much, but that's just what we've budgeted. So if we come under,
it'd be nice to get it to that $1,000 a week.
Yeah. We haven't really yet started, although we've been living in the van for 8 months, but we've still been working up until the last month or so. Not really any tips as of yet, but I suppose just like you would if you were budgeting when you were living in a house, really watching what you're spending your money on. Do you really need it? Meal planning. So
I think one of our big expenses will be the fuel, so I think using petrol spy apps or
yeah,
and just drive conservatively with the V8.
Yeah.
Experiencing new places.
New places. What about you?
Being with your mum.
No.
Fishing with your dad?
No. Seeing all these new things in nature.
Oh.
I feel like I would like to try in WA when it's all flat. Snorkeling.
Snorkeling?
Catching fish.
Trying new things that you would never tried before.
Yeah.
They've also just started homeschooling, so I think they're actually enjoying that.
Not 6 hours of school.
Mine will definitely be the fishing, I think.
Mine is, I think, just having all of us together for a decent time before the kids grow up and be too cool for mum and dad.
Social media.
Internet, phones,
Internet,
just like
iPads.
everybody else. The car.
The car. So originally we done up a Ford Ranger Wild Track, ready for the Big Lap, put all the work into it as a tow rig, put it over the pits. It was too heavy for our GCM, so last minute upgraded to a Y62, which we bought new and pumped the usual sort of towing upgrades, airbags, suspension into it. That was definitely an expense that we hadn't taken into account from the start of this. But I'm happy we did. I love it.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's a safe tow rig now.
yeah, and it would have been very squishy adding the extra child into the Ranger as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And now having a dog, she can sit in the aircon cab rather than a U-tray as well. So
yeah. Living in the van for the last 8 months, we've done a fair few trips back and forth to storage, taking things back that we originally packed to bring with us. One of the big things was my Thermomix. You know, I would use it all the time at home, but it just felt like it was a bit of a mission to pull it out from under the bed to try and cook in it, and I think I used it maybe twice in the 6 months before we took it back. So for us, that was not worth the weight to bring with us.
yeah, and plus it did free up a lot of storage as well
Yeah.
under the bed.
Yeah. We're still learning ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, I think actually starting the lap itself, or like saying yes, I'm going to do it, just send it. Like,
Just do it. Yeah. What have you got to lose? If you don't like it, turn around and go home.
Yeah, like when I was telling people about our plans, a lot of people say, "Oh, but what if this happens?" And what? Well, I don't really thought about it. We know we want to do this lap, and
Yeah, we get you guys are crazy travelling with a newborn, but most people that we've spoken to with a newborn or young children say that the newborn's actually the easiest.
Yeah.
So what better time to go than now whilst I've got paternity leave. The kids are still at a pretty good age. Yeah,
happy.
we're pretty excited, pretty keen to get on the road finally in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Big Lap.
Thanks.
Bye.